Stop making boring content.
Instead, make exciting content. Hit the intro. Podcast. My name is Brandon Lewis.
And I'm J Pro.
What's up, y'all? It's time to get loud. We're getting louder today. We're talking about content. That's right. Your boring content. It needs to stop. Immediately, it needs to stop.
Immediately.
Yes.
So, you're having an issue.
Right.
You're creating boring content.
Right.
You're getting no love.
Nada.
No likes.
Maybe one.
No views.
Maybe two.
No follows.
Maybe negative. Maybe unfollow.
And you certainly ain't getting no DMs.
No, ain't nobody sliding up in there. And that means you definitely ain't getting no sales. For damn sure.
Damn, you ain't getting no sales, son?
Not me, dog. Don't look at me. Don't say that.
Okay, good.
Look at them. Look at those guys.
So you ain't getting no sales. Your content's whack. Well, today, we're gonna
change that. We're gonna
change that. We're gonna give you some advice.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Absolutely.
what to do's, some what not to do's, and some maybe to do's and maybe not to do's.
I think the reason why people screw up with their content is because they don't understand what the purpose is of it. They don't have a direct purpose and goal with the content because I think they don't understand what they're actually attracting with their content. And if they're more aligned, because you remember we talked about aligning your social media to your actual business goals. Like a lot of people don't have those in alignment. They're out of alignment, right? So they need to take their business goals and they need to align their social media strategy with those goals. And that will help you determine what content it is that you need to make. You know what I'm saying?
Look, some of you guys are behind. Some of you guys are hiring social media managers who are creating these boring ass Canva carousels.
Swipe.
And there's nothing wrong with carousels. They do come into play.
My son loves the carousel.
But you need to stop these boring carousels. You need to go to video. Video is the number one thing that works on Instagram right now and social media in general, all across the board, right? Even on Twitter. Twitter has a bunch of videos now too.
Scoot
or
forward.
X.
You're out of
X.
focus. Scoot
Sorry.
forward.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There we go.
So you're creating boring content. You're creating the wrong content. So we're going to teach you how to make good content. What is the benefits of content, Brandon?
Right. So that's what I was talking about, aligning it with your business goals, right? So we have sales, right? We got leads and sales. And then that's the main thing that people think, oh, I want to create content so I can get more business. Cool. Yeah, but you're gonna bring business in a lot of different other ways. You get business, from direct.
Hold on.
What?
3 ways content can help grow your business.
3 ways. Hit them. First, we have correcting content that is directly tied to a sale. You're making an offer for a product or a service. That's cool, but that should be the last on your list. In the beginning, you need to create a sense of authority, all right? You need to give information. You need to be giving before you're asking, all right? So you need to be giving content that's beneficial to a specific audience, whether that be educating them on what you do and the benefits of what you do, offering different free things, free services, and that's going to lead to things like people, potentially booking you for speaking gigs, or whether it's people referring you to other people that might want your business, or partnerships in your business, or on top of that, people attracting people into your business that might want to work for you, and you can grow and scale your business in that way.
So you said something that was very important, creating educational content.
Right.
So I read a book called The Go-Giver, and what I loved about it is you give before you take. A lot of people are scared to give the information because they want to get the sale first before they give out the information. Mm-hmm. No longer are the days where that's acceptable. Right? Alex Hormozy is a huge proponent of giving out information and then you being interested. He's the expert in his field. Then he sees if he even wants to invest in your business, right? So now what you want to do is you want to educate. You want to give information. You want people to want to binge watch your content. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I learned something new right now, right?
And now you're Alex Hormozy's best friend, and then you're going to buy from him.
Then you're going to buy. Because first they're interested in you. They binge watch you. Now they trust you because they've seen you so much. Also, when you're giving away information, you're posting constantly, people are addicted to the phone. They're constantly scrolling down, letting that little load wheel. Blue, 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 blue. Oh, new content. No, new content. New content. Fiending for some new content, right?
Dopamine.
So when you post every day, consider it a 10 to 60 second episode of your show where you're educating like KBBS, Sesame Street. Zaboom.
This is brought to you by KPBS.
So you're educating your potential prospect,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So you want to educate them. You want to start off with a strong hook that stops them. Boom, scroll stopping. Boom, oh, what else has he got to say? Stops them in the tracks. Then they consume it. Then they're like, oh, I wonder what else he goes. They go onto your profile and they see all this other educational. Then they click your website. Then they want to get to know more about you.
Right.
The benefits of doing this and becoming an expert in your field and growing the audience this way, it's like Brandon was saying, there's other benefits, which leads to number 2, which is, let's say you're really busy. Well, why would I need to create content, especially educational content, when I'm already busy? I don't need any more clients. I'm busy,
I have
Brandon.
too many clients.
Oh my God, I have too many. I can't handle it all myself. The reason why is because it leads to the second benefit, which is referrals. Actually, no.
it's attracting talent.
Yeah,
attracting talent into your business.
Right.
Right.
We skipped and went straight to number 3.
Well, just say number 3.
Okay, we're going to number
Because
3.
they're talking about being busy. So now you need the way you scale is not through more sales. The way you scale is by growing your employees, growing your staff.
And people want to work with the cool company.
Right.
Right? So now you're on social media, you got your little clout. People love clout, right? So now they want to go work for you, hoping to draw some of that clout you got. Plus, they could brag to everyone else. Oh, I work for
Such and such.
Such and such.
If I'm a millennial right now and I just passed the bar and I'm top of my class and I'm ready to go get this big job at a law firm, but I'm of a certain age, am I gonna go check a website first?
No.
What am I gonna check first?
Instagram,
That's right.
social media, YouTube.
Exactly. And if I go look at your company because someone said such and such, or you showed up in the search and I look, you have no Instagram, your website is old. Yeah, maybe you have a history, but maybe you have tons of business. But if you look boring and I'm a young kid who's extremely smart and qualified and ready to take over the world, and I have to choose between you or somebody whose page looks popping, they look like they're having fun, they're out in the community, and even if you are doing that, but you're not showing it, that's the problem, right? You're not putting it on display. I want to be a part, I want to insert myself into a system, into a program that looks like I'm going to flourish and love my life, right? As opposed to something that looks like boring and super nonchalant and, I might want to quit in a year type thing. So that's what the content can create. It creates an environment. It attracts people into your environment, into your world, something that people want to be a part of. That works for clients and employees.
And a compounding benefit of that as well is the employee, when you do get them as employees and people working for you, they'll stay with you even longer. Because of that because when they put on their resume that they worked for you, that's going to be a key. That's going to impress other employers.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it makes them stay with you even longer. So let's say you only get 1 to 3 years out of an employee, you might be able to boost that even longer. With this. I skipped over number 2. Number 2 was going back into getting business. So besides getting direct leads from Instagram itself, you also get direct referrals from other people in your industry, because there's 3 types of people who watch your content. There are potential clients, there are other people in your industry, and then there's just random people who are randomly interested in what you're doing.
The folks that like the CSI and the murder mysteries.
Exactly. They're just, I'm just so
the
curious.
Law and Order folks.
The students of the game, not really the people in it.
Right.
So a benefit is because other people in your industry are following you, when they want to refer business, you are on top of mind.
Right.
So therefore, now you're getting referral-based business. You're getting direct leads. You're getting referral business, and you're building your brand, building your business, building your staff.
Right. And this leads us into our next point. It's like, yeah, I get it, guys. We're gonna start posting content. We're gonna start looking really cool. But then don't get sucked into, the trap of only posting the super corporate-y, strict by the book type of stuff. All right, you're still a human being.
Yes.
At the end of the day. And you still have a life outside of work. And your work can blend into your personal life, and hopefully your personal life blends into your work, which kind of defines you as a business, right? And so don't be afraid to post the things that make you guys unique, the things that you like to do as hobbies, what your extracurriculars, your community work with people, like whether you love pets or whether you love to surf or whether you're a bike rider. Put that into, because those are the other aspects that draw people in and then allow you to create a core following, a niche following of people who like those types of similar things.
Exactly, because then you become the content creator and somebody with a beautiful family, the content creator and somebody who also loves pets,
right.
The content creator and somebody who likes martial arts, the content creator and somebody who helps the community. It's that and right there. You're not just one in one box.
Exactly.
You're this and this.
The people who apply for college and have all the extracurriculars, they're the ones that get in.
Exactly. You got good grades and you're the captain of the football team.
And yo, captain of the math club.
And what is it? ASB, the class president?
And you built a volcano.
Exactly.
In science class.
Or maybe you had a struggle past, right? You went from rags to riches. You're this very successful very successful business owner, and you came from nothing. So you're inspiring.
What is your and, man? You got to hit them with the and. You got to come through with the and. You can't just be the. You got to hit them with the and.
Like Brandon, you're a great content creator, and
I make music, and I have 2 kids and 1 on the way, and I have a beautiful fiance. And I got a little dog named Goji. And I'm extremely handsome.
That and really adds emphasis and really makes you unique and different. And that's what separates you from the rest. And that's what's going to give you long-term success over short-term success, when you can have that and.
Boom.
Boom. Bang. Bing.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Moving on. So, what content,
Think of your content as a business card. Right? So, one thing that I'm very, hold on. One thing, sorry, I got distracted right now. Someone did not put shit on Do Not Disturb. We got disturbed.
So, you got to think of it as a business card. And do you mind if I expound on that for a moment?
Yeah, go for it. We got to put on Do Not Disturb real quick.
Because it's like social media now has literally blended the business card, the resume, and the website, and it's like that you have to take the opportunity, you have to take advantage of the fact that it is all 3 of those things. Like someone can make a determination about you literally just by your Instagram. Mm-hmm. They can you have an opportunity to tell somebody everything about you and your business through one social media platform, specifically something like Instagram, because it's laid out in a way that allows people to go all the way down your timeline really easily. Unlike Facebook and LinkedIn, they have to do this like absurd amount of scrolling. It makes it difficult, but you can really go down and you can dive deep. Remember, how, has anyone ever said like, man, I stalked you last night. I went down the rabbit hole. I saw what you did.
That happens a lot.
I saw what you did 4 years ago, man. That was so dope. And people go down that rabbit hole and they can learn so much about you in moments. Really in moments.
And the beautiful thing about that is they get to learn about you on a deeper level than just a business card. I don't know about you guys. People give me their business card. It's such a bad habit of mine. I throw the motherfuckers away. I will throw it away. I do not want a business card. Use a digital business card if you're going to use one, just because save the trees, man.
If you're going to do something in that moment, say, hey, pull out your phone. Boom. Pull out your phone really quick. Boom. Here's my Instagram and take down my number.
And I actually got a client who would not answer her messages. She wouldn't answer emails. I hit her with the DM.
She responds immediately.
All of a sudden, I'm getting the sale on DM. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm like, I literally messaged you and everything.
It's like everybody has their platform.
And because they feel they get to go on your page and see who you are as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the DM is such a lightweight way of getting a hold of somebody. Right. It's low pressure. It's a little informal. and
But you said something
it's
so
more
important.
relaxed.
You just said something so important. It's the fact that it's like, okay, you give somebody your business card, you get to look at it. It doesn't have a lot of information. You have to do a lot of work in order to like type in a website, do that, the third. And it gives them no information about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no exchange of information. When you give somebody your Instagram or yours and they pull it up, now I see that and they follow me, right? Now I see that they follow me. Now I get to see their Instagram. And then I get to find out everything about them. And so now we're finding everything out about each other simultaneously instead of it being a one-sided thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you may not have sold them entirely, or maybe they were slightly intrigued by you, but you didn't really have too long of a conversation. And then now they're pulling up your Instagram and they're just finding out, wow, oh my gosh, wow, you did this, you do this, you do this, you do this. It happens all the time. I'll meet somebody, I'll give them my Instagram, a couple days later, bro, this video is so sick. Oh my God, this is hilarious. And they're just like finding everything out about you, in that moment.
Which I just thought, don't have your Instagram on private.
Yeah. It defeats the purpose.
Keep that public.
If you're in business.
And if you're in business, keep it public. And also, if you're into like having fun with your friends and debauchery stuff and stuff that may not look good, have a separate, private, personal Instagram that you have just all your close friends to, and then have your business, what you want to display to the world.
Right. Precisely.
Exactly, man.
Love it.
So we already went over thinking of your social media is your website.
Right.
But people will go to your website on your Instagrams, but they'll go through your Instagram first, then click your website.
It's like a secondary. It's like a secondary layer of what's the word? Credibility. It's like a secondary layer. Like if you have a great Instagram, you definitely don't have to have a website. At least one that has to impress, right? Because if your Instagram impresses and you're showing the right type of content, then even if your website is whatever, it's just there, and that's all it needs to be.
Exactly.
But it is obviously good to have a website then that backs it up, and then it also helps convert, whatever the situation is, whether it's convert a sale or convert an appointment or whatever it is. You want that website to serve as that.
Exactly. Also, include your personality, and we went over this a little bit, but include your personality in there as well, right? Mm-hmm. So what you want to do is, like you said, if you have a family, post them once in a while. Post, hey, we're going to Disneyland. Mm-hmm. If you have a dog, post them once in a while. If you're hanging out with friends at a cool place, grabbing a drink or a dinner, or whatever, post that. Like show a little bit of your life.
Because let's be honest, that's how people really want to see you.
People want to know that
that's
you're
all they
want
to see anyways.
Exactly. And surprisingly, that'll actually help. If you do that on stories, you'll notice that you get a bunch of views on your stories when you post more personal stuff.
Remember I told you my story hack? I'll line up a bunch of business stories, and then I'll position one of me and my daughter in the beginning, and it's game over.
Yeah, and everyone's looking at everything after.
Exactly.
Man, that was a secret, bro.
Sorry.
They had to buy that one.
They did.
All right, sorry. You guys can have it for free.
That's funny.
So moving on, you don't need to serve everybody.
You don't.
Not everyone is your ideal follower, your ideal client, your ideal. You don't need to serve everyone. You know what I mean? Like, you can, yes, cat videos and dog videos, you get millions of views, right? But you can't do nothing with that.
Every mentor and coaching group that I believe that we've been a part of, it's always been a key factor in what they teach is niching down, right? Mm-hmm. They're and this is something that's really hard for people to do, especially in the beginning, because your natural thought is always, well, I want everyone to love it. Why wouldn't I want everyone to want my product, want my service, like my music, whatever it is? And that's just not the reality. The faster you can come to terms with the fact that not everyone's going to like your stuff, the better. And then what that allows you to do is just focus your marketing and your content so laser tightly to the point where only you have such a clearly defined avatar of your customer, your ideal customer, and that's just going to make everything you do so much easier.
Exactly. And you get rid of the fluff.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways to go quote unquote viral. There's ways to get more to pretty much pad your followers, pad your likes and stuff, right?
Right.
What you want is quality. So yes, let's say, especially if you're an attorney, right? You're not unless you're Law by Mike or whatever, you're most likely not going to get millions of followers, millions of views, right?
It's because of your industry.
It's, it's just your industry.
Yeah.
Not everyone cares about law. I'm sorry to tell you. There's only 3 people looking for you. People who need you or have a family member that needs you. They need to learn about whatever their
solution.
Their cousin robbed a bank and now they're like looking for information on a solution to how to get their cousin out of it. Or you have the person who's you have other attorneys that are watching you and just learning through you as well to become better attorneys.
Right.
Now they're getting information from you. You're educating other attorneys. Or a third, the person who just likes CSI and like crime documentaries and crime stories, and they're just interested in learning about law, even though they don't really have a need or want to hire you or anything. They're just the watchers, right? And it's such a small niche. So you don't be discouraged when you only get this many likes and follows and views. It's okay, because the people who are seeing your stuff, they're the people who actually care about your stuff.
Yeah. To go back to that second point, because I think we need to dive deeper in this one, is like, so if you're an attorney, because a lot of attorneys start out by only getting referral work, right? Like they don't have enough money to do any heavy marketing or doing the pay-per-click, and they start out by getting referrals. And referrals not meaning like, oh, my friend needs a lawyer. It's more like another attorney is saying, hey, I have too many cases. Can you take this one for me?
Exactly.
And we'll do a commission split, a revenue split, or whatever it is. And that attorney has to be confident somehow, in some way, in the fact that you can handle this case and that you're going to probably win or whatever. And they need to feel comfortable sending it to you. If you're going to lose every single time, then they're not going to send them to you anymore, right?
Exactly.
And so if you have other attorneys that are going to be looking at your content simply because of the algorithm and who they are and what their interests are. Algorithm's going to serve up attorneys. They're following other attorneys. So that's what's going to be on their feed, right? And so if you're popping up on their feed and positioning yourself as somebody who is competent, and even you could even put in your freaking content, hey, I'm looking for referrals from other da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to increase your likelihood of that happening.
Another hack to really boost this strategy is to meet these attorneys in person, have them follow you. 2 is also, and that was a good one, right? also 2, engage with these attorneys when they post. Engage with them, hit them up in the DMs, and say something, and really start building a relationship. It will make your content that much more impactful. Keep in mind, this is a relationship-based business. You can't get away from the relationship aspect of it.
Right. True that.
Anyways.
Do you think they've noticed that we have notes here yet?
I still think we should have posted so they could see our handwriting.
Oh God, you guys wouldn't be able to read.
We handwrite on the iPad, by the way.
Saving trees out here, you know what I'm saying? And ink. Stay positive, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here you go. So moving on, you want to create something that's uniquely you. A catchphrase. What do we have here?
Well, we can talk about that. So,
a jingle.
If you've seen
Stuck in your head.
some of our other videos, we got the stuck in your head video, and it has to do with creating a message that's very simple and easy to remember and understand. That's something that you can repeat. So it's like a tagline or a catchphrase. We have a few clients that have kind of their thing that they say at the end of every video. And creating something like that is extremely powerful, and you see it through big corporations all the time. You got jingles from McDonald's, you got ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you got like just do it, like all these different things. And people remember these things. And if you can incorporate something like that into your content and use it every single time.
Like David Shapiro has.
Yes.
Protect your freedom, protect your...
Something.
No,
you're right.
Protect your freedom, protect your future, know your rights.
Exactly.
even when I first started making daily videos, when I used to make daily videos, I used to do it first thing in the morning while I'm drinking my cup of coffee. And it even got to a point where people would notice the coffee cup, and they would always comment on the coffee cup. People would buy me a coffee mug. Just because I was like, dude, what's up with you guys in the coffee mug? Like, one day I had an iced coffee. They're like, yo, we got the iced coffee today.
Switched it on.
They would think the cup was empty, like how it looks empty right now, but it's not.
Right.
And then one day, I had it all the way full. And they saw like the rim that there was a bunch of coffee, and they're like, "There's actually coffee in there."
But people like recurring things. They like routine. They like which creates familiarity. Like human nature, it loves familiarity. And if you can, strategize and align yourself with that concept and create something that's fun and catchy with that familiarity and then repeat it all the time, people are going to always remember it. It's always going to pop up in their head, and it's going to work to your advantage when either they're thinking of maybe you or your service or something that, you're going to be one of the ones that pop in their head. Staying top of mind, which I know you've heard of in the attorney world, is very important.
Stay top of mind. Mm-hmm. Be unique. Find out what makes you uniquely you. Dan Fulkerson has the bulldog.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he has Ted, which is his bulldog. He walks around.
He brought Ted to the podcast.
He brought Ted to the podcast. And people know him as the bulldog attorney. Mm-hmm. So find yours. And he already has the bulldog attorney. If you try to become the bulldog attorney,
don't do it.
Because he was first and he's the biggest one doing it, you're just going to look like a copycat. It's just the same way when people are copying Law by Mike, because they're trying to copy his what he does without really understanding the formula behind it. And when people watch their videos, they just think, oh, that's a Law by Mike copycat.
Right.
That's a Law by Mike copycat. You know what I mean? So understand the formula, which is really all it is a hook. It's a strong hook, info, skit, right? Or skit info, right?
That's the breakdown.
Right. You can make it yours, unique. Figure out, like, what do they say? Good artists
steal.
Good artists. No.
Oh.
Great artists steal.
Right, and good artists don't.
So I can't remember that.
But steal like an artist is the idea. The greatest artists know how to steal the right things, but multiple things in multiple areas in order to create their unique thing. Right, exactly. There's a book, Steal Like an Artist.
Steal Like an Artist.
Yeah.
So you want to keep that in mind. I also want you guys to stay positive.
Why should we stay positive, Jeremiah? Come on.
You want to stay positive because this is a slow grind.
It's so hard.
It's like investing. It's like saving. Your Roth IRA, your 401k, whatever. You start off with a little money, but then you have the compound effect. Things start compounding. So when you first start, you don't get that many views. You don't get that many likes. But over time, these things will compound into a snowball.
And all of a sudden,
your overnight success.
Exactly. But they don't realize that it was not overnight. And not only that, a lot of times we've realized is that the people who end up popping up and either buying your service or end up becoming partners or what have you, a lot of times they're not the ones engaging with you. They're not the ones that are liking and commenting and sharing and being all upfront about it. They all of a sudden pop up like, hey man, been watching your stuff for a while. Let's do work. I'm ready to go.
I just had a kid the other day come up to me and say, hey, man, I love your content, man. I follow all the tips you give. Man, I've seen a boost in my followers since I started implementing your tips.
That's crazy.
And I was like, for real?
Feels good.
Sick.
I'll send you an invoice now.
No, so like people are watching.
They are.
And keep in mind, people who buy from you, and people really don't engage with you even though they binge watch your stuff.
Right.
They're not really liking your stuff, commenting. Although we please like
and comment
and share.
But it really does take a certain type of person. I mean, honestly, from a very personal point of view, how often are you the type of person to just comment on everything?
No, I like never comment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not that type of person.
I save my
either.
comments for when I see you in person.
Right. I had to like force myself to do it, and I'm almost always doing it from a support point of view. Like if I see somebody's post that I know, I like, okay, I'm going to comment because I want to support the post and I want to help boost the engagement.
Exactly.
But it's like it takes a very certain type of person to like take the time to reply and comment and give their opinion or whatever it is on something.
Dude, honestly, when I first, you'll eventually find your supporters, right? The people who just support you that you never met that live somewhere else in the world. And I remember my first supporter, and he would just like and comment on everything. And I felt like awkward a little bit because I'm like, dude, this guy's like a super supporter, loves everything, DMs me all the time, and I don't really do this engage with him on his stuff, and I feel guilty for that because I'm like, damn, this dude's engaging with me like a lot, boosting my stuff, sharing it constantly, and I'm not doing the same for him.
But was he posting a lot?
He was posting a lot, dude.
Was he?
And he has great content. I'm just not really like that type of person, you know what I mean?
Right.
To like just engage.
Right. It
like
just takes
that,
takes a type of person. Like,
and like you said, you had to train yourself to be that way.
Yeah.
And the point I was getting at, how come you moved the video all the way down here?
Think about it, bro. I should have done that a long time ago.
Oh, so we can look at the
Eye line,
camera.
Eye line.
Smart. So
I can look right at myself. It looks like I'm looking at the camera.
So the point is, a lot of your biggest supporters who will do business with you, who will refer you, they're not necessarily liking or commenting on your stuff, but they are watching it all the time. They love it.
They love it.
They're super supporters. They're just not going to be the type of people to like and comment on your stuff. So don't get discouraged by that, right?
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
And cut. All right.
I love this. I love this one right here. Don't be scared to repurpose your content. When you're watching TV and you see advertisements, they're posting the same ad every 15 minutes. Don't be scared every few months to repurpose your best videos.
Why do they do that? Why do they keep showing the same ad?
To get stuck in your head.
Come on, bro. What are we doing out here?
To drive
bruh?
the same point.
Come on, bro.
If I tell you, if I'm giving you a tip, I can't just assume that you're going to hear it once. When you go to school, they push the same topic on you for months on end and then test you.
Exactly.
They don't just say, hey, we're going to teach you this one time. Hopefully you remember. No, they understand that repetition is king, and it's key to getting stuck in your head. The more times you hear it, the more times it's going to get stuck in your head. Mm-hmm. So the more times your viewer hears it, the more times that when they think of they need an attorney or whatever, they're going to go to you or your business.
Right. And that's honestly branding and advertising 101. But the reality is that the best advertising and marketing does that with a very simple message, right? And so if you can, it just goes back to what we were saying. Have that content be simple enough to get stuck in people's heads. But that's kind of a diversion. But what you're really saying is look back at the content that does really well, right? Look back at the content that does really well and repurpose that content. At the end of the month, scroll through your reels, scroll through your TikToks, look at the ones that blew up the most and have the most views. Take a look at them. You not only repost them, but look at what was actually being talked about. Look at the comments. What was it about that post that made people love it, that made people want to engage? And you can either recreate another video like that or expand on that particular topic, or take that, here's another piece of game, take that topic and turn it into a long form YouTube video. That's all you get. And
that was for a different podcast.
We'll give them that game.
But yeah, essentially you could go one way or the other. Yeah. You can either make a long, well, if you make, because you're supposed to be making like a bunch of short form videos, like ideally like 30 a month, but I mean 15 a month, like no less than 10 a month.
Right.
And the one that performs the best, you could turn that into a larger video. You can also do the same. You could create a larger video and take talking points from that video and turn that into micro content.
Chop.
Look, guys, not everyone could be LeBron James.
They can't.
Not everyone could be Michael Jordan.
They can't.
Not everyone could be Scottie Pippen.
They can't.
Not everyone could be. I don't watch basketball. That's why I'm naming these old ass guys, right? Not everyone could be a great. Not everyone's gonna go viral. So there's no trick to going viral. There's certain things you can do that give you the best chances of going viral, but no one can guarantee virality. When it comes down to it, sometimes it's just it factor. You just have it or you don't, and no one knows what that look is. What it could have been 10 years ago, might not be. What could have been like even last month. Sometimes you just have the look, the voice, the personality, and that's enough to carry you into virality. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just get lucky, but no one has the answer for this. There's no body type, there's no facial structure, there's no hairstyle, and there's no like guaranteed voice, right? No guaranteed personality. Now, we can take what has worked with people going viral and dissect it and sort of see what they did to help you have better chances.
Right.
But
absolutely,
unfortunately, just some people have the it factor. Not everyone could be LeBron James, but yet you have people who are playing in the game, and you even have people on the bench. And you know what? Even if you're on a practice squad, you're making tons of money.
Still. And it's because they're putting in the same work ethic and they're putting in the same processes that the big guys are doing. They may not have the talent, which is the it factor, but they're still making $1 million a year and you have no idea who they are. And so you can still implement the strategies that these star players are implementing. And there's a couple things that really are consistent with the majority of people that do go viral. And a lot of these people end up going viral only because they're putting out so much content. They're putting out so many videos. They're increasing their chances of going viral by making a crap ton of videos, by posting something every single day. Michael Jackson like made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Who made more
of
music,
songs.
Michael Jackson or Prince? Prince had a vault of 40,000 songs.
Exactly.
Probably
Prince.
Prince. Prince
You know what I'm
just
saying?
made music.
Because Prince was more of a musician producer as well as songwriter. He was playing the instruments. He had the studio in his house. Not to say that Michael Jackson didn't, but he was more on the production side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that
You grow your chances of getting lucky through repetition.
exactly, and just creating more and more and more and more and more. Oh, pops off. It's like you don't just spend all your time on making the one thing and then hoping that one thing blows up.
And here's the cold, hard truth, the sad truth. We need that sound effect.
I can just do it. Just
The cold, hard truth, the sad truth is sometimes the video that pops off is the video you didn't even like.
right.
You didn't even like that video.
or you
You didn't
spent the
try
least
that
amount of
you
time on.
spent the least amount of time on it. And then the video you spent the most time, the video that you're the most proud of, gets no love.
Nada.
And then this little video right here, this little throwaway video, does numbers, and you're just like,
Why
why do I even try? Why do I even try?
Right. Exactly.
Oh man.
Which just goes to show, just try everything. Let it all flow. Let it all rip.
And lastly, what we want to get into is imitation is flattery, but don't be a copycat. You know, and we talked about this. I'm gonna go over it a little bit one more time.
Yeah.
So it's okay to copy the strategy, but don't copy the
style.
Like
or
if you
the
want,
look
if you like Drake and you want to sing like Drake, you know, like don't start like dressing like Drake and getting the same haircut as Drake and. You know, like switch it up a little bit. Be unique.
Save that for his concert when you go to it in VIP. But yeah, copy the strategy like we said before with the Loud by Mike, breaking down the actual structure of why it's working from a structural standpoint, and then laying your own layer of originality style-wise on top of it. You know, making it uniquely you. Steal the portion that is fundamental and add your own unique layer on
Brandon,
top.
guess what? Bonus tips.
tip.
Controversy, guys.
Yeah.
Controversy works. But you might want to lean into it. You might want to stay away from it. It depends on the controversy.
Yeah, you could lose a lot of followers with controversy.
If you could gain a lot of followers, you can lose a lot of followers. If your business is booming and you say the wrong thing, you don't want to do that. However, if you're a content creator who builds his brand
Based on that?
based on controversy, or you're based on your views, which happen to be controversial, then yes, lean into it. But if you're growing a business that you're looking to attract as many people as possible, you want to stay away from controversy. Keep that for at home. Keep that for with your friends. I know a lot of business owners, they want to give their views, but what ends up happening is, look, if you're a multimillionaire and you don't even have to work no more, you just do it because you love it.
Right.
And every successful person that we know, they don't have to work. They do it because that's their purpose.
Right.
But they're allowed to say controversial things. They don't care. Their business could go under and they're good. But if you're not there yet,
Just don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Just stay away from it. You can still sell your product, do your service without touching on those points, bottom line. It's not necessary.
Unless you plan on being a creator that just talks about those points.
Right, unless that's your business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, key, stay away from it. That's just the rules of professionalism.
So guys, stop being boring. All right? Start being yourself. All right? Implement your personal life into your content and what you do. Make that a part of who you are. All right? Start creating content that is aligned with your business goals. All right? Whether that be sales, that be leads, or that be partnerships, whether that be attracting people into your business in order to scale in that form. Start implementing these strategies. And if you have more questions about it, hit us up. subscribe, DM us. We're on Instagram.
Hit us up in
you
the
know what I'm
comments.
saying?
Ask in the
post,
comments.
Yeah, post stuff, post opinions.
Post your opinions. Hate, love it all. Post your questions in the comments because we will answer them in a video.
Yeah, we will. All
so
right,
like, comment, subscribe, and
hey,
share.
Get loud. We out of
Get
here.
loud. We out.